That Will Never Work. The Story of Netflix. Summary of Chapter 6. How it feels to deposit a check for almost $2 million. Introduction. The check. Reed seemed reluctant to put it in writing, but after a couple of weeks, he finally gave Randolph the check. The check for $1.9 million that would be used to help start the company. Randolph felt that this was a very big deal, and it was, and he was excited to get on with this part of the journey. Now that he had the money, he was ready to start making the idea of Netflix a reality. New offices. The first thing Randolph did with the money was get some new offices. They were finally able to move out of the Best Western conference room and move to somewhere new, right across the street. The office was nondescript and bare, but it was the headquarters of Netflix. The look of the office, plain and relatively unfurnished, aligned with what the people were here for. Netflix was about the customers, not the executives, so they passed on a more luxurious office to create the best quality for the people. New hires. As the business expanded into their new offices, Randolph realized the team needed to expand as well. The first thing Randolph did was convince Mitch Lowe to be an official hire, and he signed on to the business. After Mitch, Randolph went after the most scarce resource in Silicon Valley, tech talent. His first hire was Suresh Kumar, an engineer who used to work for Randolph's old company, Pure Atria. The other hire was Co Braun. He was known to be eccentric, but he was also a genius. He'd work from 3 p.m. to early in the morning, and he'd wire the entire office himself. He was also very quiet, and Randolph never heard him say more than 20 words. All in all, he needed these new hires to help keep the business going. More money, more problems. Now that Randolph had money and real offices, he started running into a lot of problems. These were normal startup problems that were anticipated, but there were a lot of them. He needed to set up the office. That meant buying servers, computers, phones, printers, staplers, and etc. He had to decide how much to pay his employees, which was not much, very much, but they did have benefits. Building inventory was tough, but they had Mitch Lowe to help. He knew what titles would be popular and what would flop. Once they amassed the titles, the CFO, Jim Cook, was put in charge of sorting them. Building mailers was a very important thing. They needed something that would be durable, easy to use, and lightweight. They struggled with that for a while. Finally, there was the website. Without all the easy tools we have today, this took thousands of hours of coding and editing with very, very specific commands. It was a lot of work, and it was hard, but Randolph loved it, and he was excited to begin this journey. Conclusion. With a $1.9 million check, Randolph was ready to make Netflix a reality. He bought new office space, and while it was bare, it was perfect to start the company. He hired more people, such as Mitch Lowe and the tech talents of Suresh Kumar and Co Braun. Then he started facing the problems that every startup faces, the logistics and everything, but he was ready for the task.